Welcome and hello. Time for another Transformers review, but one with a slight difference. Haven't got any more Age of Extinction toys yet because my nearest place I can get stuff, well, Generations toys from is Toys R Us, which is like 20 odd miles away in Coventry, and I haven't been able to get across there, and I'm not even sure whether Wave 2 has come out yet. So if I'm going to do any reviews, it's going to have to be on these bots that I recently picked up at car boot sales. So this is one such review, and I thought I'd start with this little fella. It is Star Wars Crossover Anakin Skywalker stroke Y-Wing Bomber, and it's one of their basics character, one of the small characters. Picked this up at car boot sale a couple of weeks ago. It was the first thing I found at Stoneleigh car boot sale. It was in a semi-transformed state when I found it, and it cost me all of £1. So I bought it. To be honest, these Star Wars crossover figures are not really what I've been searching for, but it was a Transformer, it was cheap, I picked it up. There's not really much you can say about it. The toy itself is in pretty good condition. I mean, there's no damage to it, all the joints are tight, everything fits together nicely. The only thing it's missing is lightsaber weapon. That's all you can say about it. It's based on the Y-Wing bomber, but it's not quite a Y-Wing bomber design that I'm familiar with, because obviously being 40 odd years old, you know, Star Wars for me is the original trilogy of films, and you know, I can remember going to the pictures to see the original Star Wars when it came out in 1977, so, and that had the original Y-Wing bomber in it, which was a slightly different design to this one. It only had a small cockpit section, a mechanical section in the middle, very skinny mechanical section. The engine, the cells had the engine pods there, and it had like a skeletal framework and the thrust nozzle on the end, kind of like this. But apparently this version, or this model of the Y-Wing bomber, was introduced in the later trilogy of films, or the prequels. Now I've been doing a bit of research, and apparently Anakin Skywalker flew one of these fighters in the Clone Wars cartoon series. I'm not 100% sure about that, but and it's a slightly different design. It's got like, you know, a lot more, you know, bodywork around the engines, and the engine nacelles go right to the ends here. So it's a different design to the Y-Wing that I'm familiar with. But let's get round to transformation, so shall we? Being a fairly small figure, it's got quite a simple transformation, but quite satisfying. Right. Oh yeah, it's got a little. It's got some landing gear on it, like a little nose wheel, so it'll sit on a flat surface quite readily. So I like to start with the legs. So you sort of unclip that, and then you just move the arms out of the way for now. Then you come around the front, split that open, flip the legs around. You then turn them to the front and pop down the feet, and then just fold them down, and that's the legs. Moving on to the top half, the arms. They flip out like that, and then the fist flips out like that. So flip out, on a double set of pivots. And then you position the arms, and then you've got the arms, and finally the head reveal. This flap at the back, open it, fold it down, and there we have him, Anakin Skywalker, or at least a cyborg version of Anakin Skywalker. All these Star Wars crossover figures, the actual character or the robot is a sort of a robotic or cyborg version of the human character from the movie, cartoon show, whatever. And you see, my camera doesn't really you can't really see his head sculpt particularly well. It's got a good head sculpt. It's got a nice brown shock of hair with a side parting. It's got a lot of moulded mechanical sort of detail on his face. He's got some blue eyes, painted blue eyes, and he's got a scar that runs down his face, down his right eye. So yeah, that's Anakin Skywalker. He's supposed to have a lightsaber which you can put in his hand and then sort of wield as he does as being a Jedi Knight. Articulation, he's got ball jointed shoulders, the arms on a double pivot, the elbows on a kind of a double pivot. It pivots in and out, and a little bit forwards and backwards, but it's quite restricted. The fists swivel or pivot in and out, but there's no twist on the arms at all, apart from a little bit on the ball joint. The legs, ball jointed hips, so they will twist and go backwards and forwards. They've kind of got a double knee going on. It won't quite, sort of, with the double knee it will sort of go back almost 90 degrees, and it will go 90 degrees forwards, and then the feet, I've got a pivot on the feet. So you can get him into some reasonably good poses, and obviously the head spins round on a swivel. So there we go. This guy does have a third mode, which I will demonstrate quickly. He's got a gear walk mode. You know, so it's one of those ships that, you know, you can put it into like a plane going for a walk type mode, and you know, if you move the arms forward, flipping the fists, kind of like ED209 mode. But yeah, a little something extra there. It's a good little figure. Only cost me £1. You know, it's brilliant. You know, it's got lovely tight joints on it. It's in mint condition. The only thing it's missing is the lightsaber. I have picked up a couple more of these Star Wars crossover figures, but they're the bigger size. They're like almost like a deluxe size. But they're missing bits. One of them is missing a lot of bits, like both his lower legs and one arm. So I don't really want to collect these guys, but there is so many of them. It's almost like a complete separate, you know, arm of the Transformer universe. There's so many of these Transformer crossovers. There's loads of them, and you know, I just seem to keep coming across them when I go out car booting. So yeah, brilliant, great little toy. I'll just take it back to play mode quickly. Yeah, it's a great little toy. You know, decent posability, fairly straightforward transformation, and you know, if you're into collecting these Star Wars crossovers, then I would highly recommend it. But that's just me Signing off. Ciao for now.